let's make a driver head cover. I'm so excited to share this pattern tutorial with everybody. Please follow along. If you have any suggestions for this tutorial or you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section of this video or on my Instagram at redone. I'm so excited. Let's get started. This is a print at home pattern. So in the instructions guide, you're going to find a list of materials, some fabric recommendations, as well as the print at home guide. So go ahead and get your pattern all printed out and cut. And then once you have your pattern ready to go, we're going to get started on cutting our materials. So let's jump in. First, let's start with the main fabric. I like to draw with heat erasable pen and then cut out my material. Once those are ready, head to your lining fabric and do the same. We need to prep the main fabric with some added structure. Grab your foam and only cut the main body piece. I use a spray adhesive to bond the foam to the fabric and then press down. Then I trim the seam allowance of the foam to reduce the bulk. Then cut a top piece out of your interfacing and iron it onto your main fabric. The textured side of the interfacing should be face down onto the wrong side of your main piece. Next up, you're going to prep your lining fabric with the 8-inch long elastic that you've cut. Stretch it and pin it down on either end, and then pull it tight across your sewing machine and sew a zigzag stitch all the way down. This is going to scrunch up your fabric a little bit and give your club some security once it's in your head cover. If you want to add pockets or other designs, now is the time to add that before we sew anything together. Fold your main fabric hamburger style and clip up the side. Do the same with your lining and you'll sew them both down. You should have a cylinder that's open at both ends when you're done. Now take your top pieces for the lining and the main fabric and clip 4 notches into them. I do this by folding hot dog style and clipping both ends, and then refolding hamburger style and doing the same to get all 4 notches even. Make sure you actually check the width of the cylinder. The width of the top is going to be a little bit wider than the width of your bottom. Now you can clip and sew your fabric right sides together. This is optional, but you can also add your own branding. I like to put my labels on the inside over the lining on the barrel seam. Just don't put them too close to the bottom because we need a little bit of seam allowance to sew our lining to our main fabric. Now for a little mini burrito method. Sandwich your material right sides facing on the seams and clip around as far as you can. I usually get about 3 clips in before I have to start turning my fabric. This is an easy way to do it just so that you don't accidentally clip it the wrong way. What you're going to do next is you're going to stretch your lining fabric all the way around your main fabric so that the main fabric is actually inside of your lining. The wrong side should be facing up. Clip around your edges, but leave about a 3-inch gap to turn it out. Then take it to the machine and sew down. Don't forget to leave your gap. Now for the fun part. Reach into the open space and grab the top of your main fabric and pull it through the opening. Keep pulling the fabric out until you have one long tube of connected lining and main material. To close your gap, fold the gap in and clip it all the way around the outside. You can iron it down, but with the foam it may not help, so clipping it closed is fine. You're going to sew a tight 3/8 seam allowance all the way around the outside to close that gap completely. Now you're basically done. I hand tack the tops together because I hate nothing more than reaching for my club cover and having the whole lining come out, so I tack them together to make sure it stays in one piece. This was a recommendation I got from a few other golfers, and I can confirm it's absolutely worth the extra effort. Your head cover's ready to go. Please rate this tutorial on Etsy and post your own creations with the hashtag #DriveForShow by Redone. Thank you so much for watching and have so much fun. I can't wait to see what you make with this.